Hi, I'm Jake with Glorified Guts in Gaming, and today we are unboxing an Unmatched expansion for Bruce Lee. Just one figure. It's to use with any of the other sets from Restoration and Mondo Games. And it talks about the character, or the man on the back. Artist, movie star, philosopher, dragon. Tell your opponent to bring it on, then unleash the 1-inch punch. But remember, always to be like the water. Use Bruce Lee's custom action card deck to emulate his signature fighting style and indomitable spirit. Comes with the figure, 1 health dial, and 31 cards. So let's go ahead and start. It already came a little ripped on the back here. I'll just go ahead and continue that. Alright, so we've got the health dial. Looks pretty nice. And then the figure, that's pretty awesome. Got the gold on the bottom. Got the pieces to put the health dial together. And then we've got the deck. Always falls apart. Backs of these cards are pretty nice. And then here are his stat card. He's a melee character, starts with 14 health. He gets to move 3. Quote, the successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. At the end of your turn, you may move Bruce Lee 1 space. So he's got some real movement. Alright, so we're starting off with some defensive cards. He has no assistance whatsoever, so he is solo, and really solo, no helpers. He's got a defensive card with a value of 3, Be Like Water. After combat, choose a Jeet Kune Do card in your discard pile and add it to your hand. So that could get you a card back. It seems pretty helpful. Then we've got an ability card, a scheme card, I forgot what they were called. Just nunchucks, basically. All of Bruce Lee's attacks this turn are +1 value, gain 1 action. So that's pretty cool. You get to play this card for free, essentially, and it boosts all attacks. So if you're on somebody at the start of your turn, you could have some nice value attacks. And we got another one. Hoo-ah. Choose a Jeet Kune Do card in your discard pile and add it to your hand. Gain 1 action. So that's another freebie. So you get to play it for free and you get one of those cards back, just like the other defensive card. Another defensive card with a value of 3. Taste of Blood. After combat, if Bruce Lee has 5 or less health, draw 3 cards. Could be pretty helpful. Then he's got another scheme card, Bring It On. Choose an opposing fighter in Bruce Lee's zone, place them in any space adjacent to Bruce Lee, gain 1 action. Ooh, so he's gonna not have to move so much. You can bring people to him. And then you can move away at the end with your ability. Another scheme card, 1-inch punch. Deal 2 damage to an adjacent fighter. If this defeats that fighter, return this card to your hand instead of discarding it. That's pretty cool. Alright, we've got our first attack card with a value of 3. Jeet Kune Do, downward side kick. After combat, your opponent discards 1 random card. Gain 1 action. So he's got a really nice deck, it looks like, so far, and these are one of those cards that you can get back when they're in your discard. Jeet Kune Do, intercepting fist with a value of 3. Immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's card. After combat, gain 1 action. So it seems like his turns could go on for quite some time. Jeet Kune Do, corkscrew finger jab. with a value of 3. After combat, deal 1 damage to the opposing fighter, gain 1 action. So you're going to do a damage no matter what, and you get another action. I feel like you could just have a chain combo with this character and just keep going. These all say gain an action. Another attack with a value of 3, wrist lock. After combat, draw a card and gain an action. Another 3, high straight lead. During combat, if either fighter started the turn in a different space, the value of this card is 5 instead. After combat, gain 1 action. Another 3 attack. After combat, Bruce Lee may swap spaces with the opposing fighter, gain 1 action. That's an interesting one. And then we've got an any with a value of 2, Little Dragon. During combat, if your hand is empty, the value of this card is 6 instead. After combat, draw 2 cards. That's pretty helpful. And there's a couple of these here. Then we've got an any for 4. After combat, if you won the combat, choose one of the fighters in the combat and move them up to 2 spaces. There's a couple of these. And then we've got an any for 3. During combat, if Bruce Lee started this turn in a different space, the value of this card is 5 instead. And then we got an any for 2. Immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's card. There's 3 of those. And then there's an any for 1. Regroup. After combat, draw 1 card. If you won the combat, draw 2 cards instead. And that is his deck. I'm pretty impressed just looking at it here, but I could see you running out of cards if you just keep getting actions and you keep attacking. But I'm very excited to try this character. But that is it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.